Welcome to Trending Now USA. I'm Ava, bringing you the latest updates in international sports. Today's headline centers on Filipina tennis sensation Alex Eala, who officially begins her campaign at the Wuhan Open, one of the most prestigious tournaments in Asia and part of the elite WTA 1000 series. This marks a historic moment in her career as she faces her Japanese opponent in the opening round, signaling her arrival on one of the sport's grandest stages. For years, Alex Eala has been steadily climbing the ranks of world tennis. From her days as a junior Grand Slam champion to her steady progress in the WTA Tour, she has captured the hearts of fans in the Philippines and abroad. Her entry into the Wuhan Open represents a major step forward, as this tournament attracts the biggest names in women's tennis, players ranked in the top 10, Grand Slam winners, and consistent performers across the tour. The Wuhan Open, often described as the crown jewel of Asian tennis, holds tremendous significance not just for rankings, but also for prestige. It has been a battleground where legends of the sport have fought for glory, and for Alex Eala to stand in the same draw is already a testament to her progress. She is no longer just a promising teenager. She is now a full-fledged professional competitor ready to test her skills against the very best in the world. Her journey to Wuhan has been one of preparation, persistence, and growth. Prior to this tournament, Eala competed in the Chinese swing of events, including the Jingshan Open and the Suzhou Open. At Jingshan, she made a deep run into the semifinals, showcasing her shot-making and resilience before bowing out to eventual champion Lulu Sunday. In Suzhou, she entered as the fourth seed, underlining her rising reputation at the WTA 125 level. Though the transition from a 125 event to a WTA 1000 is enormous in terms of competition and pressure, these back-to-back events have prepared her for the challenge that lies ahead in Wuhan. Her first-round opponent in Wuhan is a Japanese player whose style and strengths present both challenges and opportunities. Japanese players are known for their discipline, court coverage, and tactical patience. For Eala, this match will demand precision on serve, variety from the baseline, and mental focus across what could be a long battle. The significance of starting strong cannot be overstated. In a WTA 1000 event, every round won is a major achievement, and surviving the early rounds builds both confidence and momentum. Eala's rise is also significant for Philippine sports history. She is the first Filipina to break into the WTA's top 60 rankings, and her performances continue to elevate the profile of tennis in a country more accustomed to producing champions in boxing and basketball. By competing in Wuhan, she is bringing Philippine tennis onto the world stage, inspiring younger athletes and signaling that the country can produce elite talents in global sports. What makes this debut particularly compelling is the scale of the tournament itself. The Wuhan Open is part of the prestigious WTA 1000 category, just a level below the Grand Slams in terms of points and prize money. Winning even a single round here can provide a huge boost to a player's ranking, while going deeper into the draw can catapult careers. For Eala, even a second-round appearance would be a major achievement, but her competitive fire and growing confidence means she'll be aiming to make the biggest impact possible. Let us take a closer look at her development over the past year. In early 2025, Eala claimed her first WTA 125 title in Guadalajara, making history as the first Filipino to achieve such a feat. That title win was not just symbolic but also practical, as it gave her the ranking points needed to consistently enter higher-tier tournaments. Since then, she has maintained steady performances, reaching semifinals and quarterfinals across various events. Her progress is not meteoric but steady, the kind of growth that builds a strong foundation for a long career. Technically, Eala's game is well-suited to hard courts, which is the surface for the Wuhan Open. Her ability to move quickly, retrieve balls from difficult positions, and switch from defense to attack gives her an edge in long rallies. Her forehand, often considered her biggest weapon, allows her to dictate play when she finds her rhythm. Her backhand, solid and reliable, provides balance in exchanges, while her developing serve has added variety to her game. Against her Japanese opponent, expect Eala to rely on her movement and baseline resilience, combined with timely aggression to seize control of points. Another important element will be mental toughness. WTA 1000 tournaments often test a player's mindset as much as their physical game. The atmosphere is bigger, the pressure is greater, and the spotlight is brighter. Eala has already shown flashes of her composure under pressure, whether saving break points, winning tiebreaks, or rallying back from a set down. In Wuhan, these traits will be essential. Her Japanese opponent, on the other hand, will bring experience and tactical depth. Japanese players traditionally emphasize consistency and court craft, aiming to frustrate their opponents into making mistakes. This means Eala cannot afford lapses in concentration or prolonged dips in form. If she can impose her aggressive rhythm early, she may prevent her opponent from settling into a groove. However, if the match extends into a drawn-out baseline battle, mental and physical stamina will become deciding factors. For Filipino fans, this match carries special weight. Watching their homegrown talent compete on a stage shared by Serena Williams in the past, by Naomi Osaka and other legends of the sport, provides a sense of pride and validation. Social media in the Philippines has already been buzzing with anticipation, with fans rallying behind Eala and expressing confidence that she can rise to the challenge. Beyond this opening match, the road only gets tougher. The Wuhan Open features a stacked draw that includes some of the top 10 players in the world. Should Eala advance, she could face seeded opponents with multiple Grand Slam appearances. But regardless of the outcome, her participation itself is a mark of success. Each point she wins, each game she secures, and each round she advances cements her place as one of the sport's brightest young stars. Let's consider the broader context of Asian tennis as well. The Wuhan Open, alongside tournaments in Beijing and Tokyo, highlights the growing importance of Asia on the tennis calendar. Players from across the globe converge here not only for points, but also to gain experience playing in front of passionate crowds. Eala's presence adds diversity and representation, bringing Southeast Asia into the conversation. Her journey could inspire investment in tennis infrastructure and youth development programs in the Philippines, a ripple effect that may shape the sport's future in the region. One of the key narratives heading into this tournament is how Eala will handle the physical demands. Having played multiple weeks in China, the grind of travel, matches, and recovery is a challenge. At only 20 years old, her body is still adapting to the relentless nature of the tour. Proper recovery, nutrition, and mental resets are critical at this stage. Her team will undoubtedly emphasize routines that help her stay fresh, as fatigue can often make the difference in close matches. Eala's mindset is another factor. She has often spoken about focusing on process rather than outcomes, a philosophy instilled during her training at the Rafa Nadal Academy in Spain. This approach allows her to remain grounded even in big tournaments. Rather than being overwhelmed by the scale of Wuhan, she is likely to view it as another step in her journey, focusing on her match against her Japanese opponent without getting distracted by future possibilities. Her presence in Wuhan also gives her exposure to the global tennis community. Media coverage, fan engagement, and interactions with top players are invaluable experiences that contribute to her growth. Competing at the same event as Grand Slam champions helps normalize the environment, reminding her that she belongs at this level. For the Philippines, her Wuhan campaign represents more than tennis. It is a moment of national pride, proof that athletes from the country can excel in sports beyond traditional favorites. Her success has already inspired increased interest in tennis academies, clinics, and grassroots programs. Young children now have a role model who shows that global competition is within reach. From a strategic perspective, the Wuhan Open is also important for Eala's ranking trajectory. Every win here yields substantial ranking points. A single upset over a higher-ranked player could propel her closer to the top 50, opening doors to direct entries into even bigger tournaments, including Grand Slams and WTA 1000 events, without needing qualifiers. For a player of her age, climbing steadily through the rankings provides both opportunities and security. Her immediate task, however, is simple but daunting: overcome her Japanese opponent and set the tone for her Wuhan campaign. It will require sharpness from the very first point, disciplined shot selection, and the ability to adapt to her opponent's patterns. If she succeeds, It will mark a memorable start to what could become a defining tournament in her career. As we look forward to the Wuhan Open unfolding, one thing is clear: Alex Eala stands on the cusp of another breakthrough. Her hard work, resilience, and growing maturity have brought her to this point. Whether she wins or loses, her presence at this level sends a powerful message. She is here, she is ready, and she is determined to make her mark on the world stage. Fans in Wuhan will see her energy, her competitive spirit, and her unrelenting fight. Fans in the Philippines will watch with pride, knowing that their flag is being represented on one of the biggest courts in Asia. And the global tennis world will take note of a rising star whose journey is only just beginning. Alex Eala's Wuhan Open debut against her Japanese opponent is not just a match, it is a statement. A statement that she belongs among the sport's elite, that she is ready to test herself against the very best, and that she carries with her the hopes of a nation eager to see her succeed. As her campaign begins, all eyes will be fixed on the young Filipina, watching to see if she can rise to the occasion and continue her march toward tennis greatness.